It's that time. Seeing my Fertile Facebook Live. Dr. Rob Kiltz. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. We're going to see if we've got Instagram and Facebook working right tonight. Nicole, how you doing? Nicole Davey, welcome. Marilyn Rhonda, welcome. Naomi, hello, hello, hello. And it's just always so great to be on and sharing thoughts and ideas. Jess, Tamara, Holman, how you doing, Tamara? Thank you always to everyone joining in, watching, and sharing. I've had a great day. I am letting my hair go a little long, but I'll probably cut it in a week or so or two. I don't know. It's a little nuts for sure. And I am going to go away. Let's see. I think next Monday through the following Monday, I'm going to turn everything off. I'm going to Paris with Miss Tia. Looking forward to it. And really grateful to everyone out there for sharing. And I do have the fire on back there. It's really not cold out there, but I thought a little bit of ambiance for the fall season approaching. I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to be watching on Instagram here and Facebook here, and I'm looking to see if I can get my my other device so I can see questions coming. And please keep sharing questions, and I'm going to hit them here. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? New neighbors, awesome. Really grateful to everyone. And I know it's backwards, but I have to see the questions here, so it's a little hard. And our new Seem Like Fertility Family Building Guide is out. You can go online to Seem Like Fertility and download the digital, and you can get it on Amazon. But the free digital is going to be there for everyone. Shared around, lots of new thoughts and ideas, but really it's sharing our team, our places, and continuing to provide, I think, the most affordable, high quality, accessible financing for everyone, and just really looking for new ideas. I've learned from everyone the ideas that you brought from other docs around the globe, articles that have a lot of really great ideas that we're plugging into to try to help all of us, by the way. And again, throw the questions out there, by the way. We're really looking for lots and lots of ideas. And I'm going to be scrolling back and forth on these. So if it looks like I'm playing around with the phones, it's because I am. So I can see your questions. Hello, Rebecca in Boston. And Katie, hello. And from Hawaii, Alaska, California, Georgia, Texas, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Louisiana, everywhere in this country, in this globe. Again, very grateful to everyone. Now let me see if I can get away. Let's see if I can see the comments coming my way. I am working on it. I've got 2 computers. I got 3 computers that I'm working on. All right, just got a positive HCG. Lily, 9/11, and gratitude. And we know there's an honor to all of those that have suffered on 9/11, and we'll always honor that date. And bringing rejuvenation is what life is about. And I always tap into faith and food, as everyone knows, that it's through faith we all drive the universe to a more positive approach. And even though we're suffering from a lot of negative, for sure, by the way. Hello from North Carolina, Maryland, Whitney. Let's see. There are limits to the medications that can be used with an elevated BMI. We treat everyone the same, depending on other causes. An elevated BMI is not the cause of infertility. There are usually some underlying things that are factors, by the way. And so if you go to drkiltz.com, you can download my Keto magazine, see a lot of the things we're talking about and helping everyone out there, by the way. Average gram of carb you take in with keto. I'm starting soon. Nikki, good question. Listen, I don't measure carbs. In my opinion, carbs are not required. Now, I do eat occasional French fries, occasional ice cream, mostly steak, but I'm not a measurer of carbs or anything, by the way. I say one meal a day at night, very little snacks. Stay away from this protein shakes and all these, I don't know, it's a little crazy in my opinion, what people are doing. But what I've learned is that you don't have to count them. If you look at Miss, hold on, I know it's backwards, Maria Emmerich, Emmerich. She's awesome, has some really great stuff on keto. If you look at her stuff, she'll give you really great guides and answer a lot of those. But personally, I say we don't need to measure and count, by the way. All right, let's see. Diabetes, how diabetes affects a transfer. Let's see. Danny, how you doing? In general, making sure your diabetes is controlled. Look at keto. It's amazing. It helps so many people. I really believe it's critical. But for diabetes, it's metformin, ovasitol, keto, paleo can be very helpful. Remember, we all have some metabolic disorder because we're used to eating a high carbohydrate load diet. You got to get rid of it as much as you can. Personally, I think fruits and vegetables are the big source. They ferment in our bellies. They cause a lot of inflammation. That's a factor, by the way. So we're not going to change things very much on those transfers. If you're doing keto, stay keto. Paleo, stay paleo. If you get to keto, it's better. And you can do keto as a vegan and vegetarian also, by the way. Just because I'm primarily the carnivore driver, you can still do others, by the way. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Talk about general expenses of IVF with PGD, PGS. Husband and I myself are healthy. And we do, let's see if I can get that to open up. I have kids, but we're thinking about IVF for family balancing. So basically, we're going to do standard IVF retrieval. We're going to biopsy the embryos at blast stage and then freeze them. And then you're going to be testing those for usually whether or not there's a right balance of chromosomes and whether they're male or female. You're going to add $2,000 to $3,000 to the cost of the cycle. We charge nearly $4,000. We finance the standard IVF, but then you're also going to pay for the frozen transfer, which is currently about $450 plus monitoring and a small management fee of I think $150, which it really is dirt cheap. Now again, it's still not inexpensive because this is still expensive stuff, but it's the most affordable around. But we use Cooper Genomics. They can help you. Our financing team can help you get some pricing and understanding of it. So don't hesitate to jump in. Hey, D-Camp, how you doing? We miss you. Thank you. The expert anesthesia group. Dave, we love you, by the way. And we have the most amazing anesthesia group, the Chad group. And we miss you, Dave. Always talking about you because we still give the C push in order to help people be nice and under proper anesthesia. MAC anesthesia, you're still breathing, we take good care of you. It really is a 5-minute procedure for a retrieval. It doesn't take long, by the way. And Carlo Parker, how you doing? And if I'm mispronouncing anyone's names, please forgive me. Let's see here. Jeff, all right, awesome. Diane, Danica, how you doing? Angela, thank you. I was just up at the Canadian Fertility and Andrology Society meeting up in Ottawa, great city, really love being there. I flew in and out over 2 days. I gave a talk on generalized health and wellness through integrating Eastern Western medicine, and then it's basically optimism in the workplace, which really, to optimize everything about our lives, we need to practice more optimistic approach to life, because sometimes much of life can be a downer, really hard and stressful, I know, for all of us. But we got to do our very best to dig deep, plug in, and join, and reconnect, by the way. All right. Let's see. Do you use donor eggs at 44? Can one use their own eggs? Karina, you can use your own eggs for sure. We do have an add-on package if you choose to try with your own eggs, but still add on, which is at a discount. We do, the age 44 is going to have a lower probability. Donor eggs are at about 50% delivery rate. So, you're going to shift it up by using donor eggs. But that said is, we're here to help everyone and anyone, no matter their age. They got to give it a shot. Give it a jump in and give it a do, I already say, by the way. Let's see. I'm set up to start meds for IUI. Haven't gotten my cycle yet on Orlissa. So you need to get an ultrasound and blood work. You may not get a period. Don't worry about it. When we start the medications, it'll directly stimulate and get you going. Doesn't matter if you have. So sometimes our team says call with your period. Well, you can always call and then get a baseline ultrasound and blood work, which may be find out that your estrogen is low, your lining is thin, your progesterone is low, your pregnancy test is negative. We can go ahead and get you started, by the way. Let's see, make sure I'm answering. Is IVF even possible? Husband had a low count with the varicocele and they have PCOS. His count is so low they had counted them, hand counted them. He had some alive twitching. Is IVF possible? That's where IVF really is powerful. It can be very helpful, by the way. So yes, it can be helpful. Just give us a call. We'd be glad to help. Our team is really wonderful. I do recommend for guys, low sperm, Clomid 25 a day, HCG 250 a day, and Keto, Conception XR through Theralogics. We use a lot of low-dose naltrexone and CBD oil. Everyone doing good, a lot of shout outs. Thank you for joining us on Instagram and Facebook always. Summertime's come to an end. I know it's beautiful out and many of us are still spending some time out there. We're going to continue, although I'm going to be off coming the week, the second, let's see, it might be the first Sunday. I always look at my calendars, and I'll get back to you guys and let you know when I'm not going to be on in the next 2 weeks, I think it is. Hey, Sandy Hall, how you doing? Jen Sims, hello from Michigan. Jesse, how much should I take of the CBD oil? I usually recommend 1 dropper full once or twice a day. Start with that in the morning or night. See how you feel. But it's usually the 500 milligrams vial once or twice a day, 1 vial once or twice a day, or 2 vials once or twice a day, and half that for the 1,000 milligrams. But it's really an omega-3. It's a plant phytochemical, which has anti-inflammatory properties, but no THC, by the way. Get rid of alcohol, get rid of drugs, and if you can work to get off those prescribed drugs, it would be great. But it's not possible for everyone. We know this. But diabetics often on keto don't have to be on it. Anxiety, depression can be helped, by the way. But again, I'm not here to say stop your drugs, don't do that. Just look at the keto, paleo ways, the anti-inflammation. Don't forget acupuncture, yoga, massage. We have a lot of stuff. Erin McCullough's Yoga for Fertility is in our new magazine. Light therapy. We're talking now about our new egg freezing program, the CNY Fertility Preserve, the CNY Preserve. Really great pricing on egg freezing. It's as little as $2,900 plus meds and monitoring, and it includes the first year of freezing. And for those that want to look at doing embryo freezing for banking for future use, we also provide that at a very good price, by the way. Hey, Jared, how you doing? From Evans Mill, New York, a pleasure. Let's see, is there a quarantine time for donor embryos after the FDA infectious disease testing? There isn't a quarantine time. As long as you get the testing while they're being made, they can be transferred right away. If they're not pre-tested, you have to test them or test the egg source and the sperm source before you can place them in, by the way. All right. Hey, Janet Rittenauer, how you doing? Hi to hubby too, by the way. Always a pleasure. To everyone out there sharing, share with your docs. We really are here to work with your doctors. We believe that a lot of what we're doing is making it more accessible for those people that wouldn't have access otherwise. So be open, and we use a lot of radiologies, by the way, OBGYNs to do your laparoscopies for endo, to do your ultrasound monitoring. We can use local hospital and radiologists can make it a lot easier. And sometimes if you call and say, can you do these? Help us find someone. If you work with your OBGYN, we'll work with your OBGYN, because we want to make this more accessible and easier for everyone, because this is a hard journey, by the way. Oh, if I say any words that are offensive to anyone, please forgive me. I'm really working to keep it low and easy. And Miss Sophia, a shout out. Let's see, 8:15, you probably should be in bed by now. Recommend IUI before IVF. Min, let's see. So I'm wondering if that means to do IUI along with an egg retrieval, or try a few IUI cycles, and if that doesn't work, then go ahead. And it can be either way. Some people think that adding an IUI to an egg retrieval cycle may help with the environment. So an ejaculated sample in the vagina, obviously sex, may help. An IUI may help. We add PRP and intralipids and other things to the process to help reduce inflammation. Hey, Sandy Hall-Polig from Idaho. Idaho, Montana, New Mexico, Colorado, and a shout out to Dr. Magarelli down in Colorado Springs, encouraging, we need your help. We need your help. Excuse me 1 second. Don't forget a little cool down. Remember, if what you're doing isn't working, do something different. Add it on, plug it in, all right? And there's so many recipes out there that can be very helpful, by the way. Duostims. I missed that. I apologize. Let me get back up here. When doing Duostim cycle, can you explain the pros and cons of using Lupron instead of Cetrotide? If my more will open up, it's not opening up for some reason. I apologize, but basically, you can use a Lupron to prevent premature ovulation and trigger with HCG. If you use Cetrotide, you can use Lupron to trigger. You can go into a Duostim with either of those, by the way. A Duostim is basically, you do an egg retrieval, and 5 to 7 days later, you start another stim and do another retrieval. It's really a luteal phase stimulation in the process. And so we're adding it more and more. For some people who don't do as well in one stim, going right into the next stim can be very helpful in the process, by the way. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm getting to get everyone on here. Let me get back into this. Some of my questions, for some reason, aren't coming up as quick and easily, and I apologize for that. Let's see. So, hey, Ricky, how you doing? Jenna, hello. Smith, hello. Ramirez, Laura, we're from Ohio. Where from Ohio? Oh, let's see. Okay. And really, you guys, thank you for sharing connections, asking questions to each other, sharing answers. A shout out to my global team, Travel Triage, the phones, the communication. It can be a challenge some days. We know that, right? And so don't give up. Text, email. Don't forget the portals. There's a lot of ways to connect, by the way. Alicia Michelle, hello. Hello, Nikki. All right. Thank you to everyone, by the way, for sharing. And we're looking forward, again, listen, in wintertime in upstate New York, the airports are open, the travel is a little bit of a challenge, but it mostly works, 99%. I'm a kid from LA, grew up in Los Angeles and moved here at about 25 years ago, and amazed at the growth we've seen, the connections of people everywhere. It's been mighty amazing, by the way. Woodson Celeste, how you doing? Janet, do you recommend an ERA even if you've never been pregnant or had a miscarriage? The ERA still may be a helpful test to look at your implantation window if you're going towards IVF for sure and planning. the question is, does everyone need it? Or if it's after failed? It's kind of a weird one, but why not do as many things as possible ahead of time to get some of the answers, to line up everything? And I've got a few, I'm a list guy. I got my million lists, and I share a lot of ideas because I'm always looking for something new, looking under every rock, every nook and cranny. And I know sometimes it seems overwhelming, but sometimes if what you're doing isn't working, we have to be open to the next level, by the way. All right, military has a military coming up, and he's get acrylic nails done. I don't know the answer in acrylic nails. My bet is a little bit of here and there is okay. We've got to enjoy life. But if you're pregnant and you're getting a lot of acrylic smell from the salons, and I know I've had my nails, a pedicure, manicure, and I just fell asleep. It felt so good, by the way. I know it feels good, but you should be good. How thick is too thick for lining during an FET? 20 millimeters, maybe. That's not the answer that I think we know absolutely. Someone shot me a great article that showed that in the 16 to 18 millimeters, they seem to do better. Remember, it all depends how you respond in the lining, because for us to say, okay, we got to make your lining 18 or your lining 8, when your lining typically gets to 8 or 9 or 16 to 18, we know those are still compatible with really great pregnancy rates, by the way. All right, let's see here. How's everyone doing? Ali 7 AG 760, hello. Jess Patterson, hello. Always a pleasure. What range is best for TSH before starting IVF? Okay, that's the $1 million craziness. We like to see it less than 2.5. If it gets below 0.5, it's considered hyperthyroid. And technically above 4 to 5 is configured to be hypothyroid. But in IVF and fertility world, we like to keep it lower than 2.5. But the moment you start throwing estrogen and all these drugs, the TSH goes wild. Probably related to the interaction of all these drugs, and maybe even the interaction of the testing. And in fact, if you check thyroid functions, T3, T4, free and bound, you may get a better idea of what's going on in the process, by the way. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. A shout out, loves and likes. Gratitude to Danielle on the West Coast, to Aaron, Will and Jake here, sharing concepts and ideas. And if you'd like us to send your OBGYN a handful of these, we'd be glad to do that. The more we share and let everyone know there's an affordable option that integrates Eastern and Western medicine, adds on a lot of reproductive immunology, acupuncture, massage, and light therapy. Throw it our way, by the way. Let's get back down where we at here, making sure I'm answering all your questions. We got light on Instagram tonight, so everyone's shifting over to our Facebook. So gratitude to everyone on both sides, by the way. Jennifer Basildua. Can anything cause AMH to be elevated besides PCOS? Mine is high. PCOS ruled out, age 43. Metabolic syndrome can still be a factor, even though you don't have the diagnosis of PCOS. But my bet is if you look at your ultrasound, look at your ovaries, and you have a significant number of follicles, you may not fall into the PCOS range, but that would kind of give us a reason. And there are women in their 20s who have low AMHs and 40s that have high AMHs. So, it's this idea that there's a cause is not always so simple, but in general, it may mean you've had less inflammatory causes to diminish your ovarian reserve, but it still may be causing other factors that may affect fertility, and age is still the biggest factor, by the way. Non-medicated cycle gearing up for now. We do natural cycle IVF and IUI, by the way. We do minimal medicated cycles, low-dose cycles, and mini cycles for IVF and IUI. We do standard and high dose cycles also for IVF. We have a really great donor program. We do recommend when we have the sperm, fresh or frozen, we collect fresh eggs, make the embryos, freeze them, and then get you ready for a transfer. All right, let me see if I can answer that back here. If I get the Moors to open up a little bit. For some reason, it takes it on some and not others. All right, Jesse, I'm currently a non-medicated cycle, natural cycle, gearing up for our last transfer going. Oh boy, I really apologize why it's not opening up completely. So I don't know if I can answer the rest of it there, but I know it's there. Let's see, we just had our first fresh transfer with the 4A 5-day embryo fail. Headed back. You know, this is where we need to look at ERA, laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for endo, a course of 2 to 4 weeks of antibiotics, antifungal. Don't forget LDN and CBD. Don't forget all the things you can do to reduce inflammation in the mind, in the mouth, in the body. And adding the immune, Plaquenil, Prograf, Neupogen, Prednisone, Lovenox, higher doses, weekly intralipids. And Mike Vero in Toronto at Markham Fertility, LIT, IVIG for those of you in Canada or want to travel to Canada to get LIT. Otherwise, you travel to Mexico, Nogales for LIT. I personally think there's some value to the LIT in all of this. So know that we have to be open. Immunology, reproductive immunology is factual. It's true. Alan Beard wrote about it years ago. Kwok Kim, J.F. Braverman, Andrea Vidali now has taken over for Dr. Braverman. Lots of really great people out there helping on this journey, by the way. Let's see, your IVF nurse, how you doing? Pleasure. Let's see here. Considered too thick, we got that. Let's get down to the bottom. Thanks everyone for joining. We're still offering the IVF giveaway, affordable pricing for everyone. If you do 3, the 4th currently is still at a discount. We're here to help people in all of it, by the way. Let's see. All right. Doing Duostims cycles, the benefit of using Lupron. There isn't a benefit to using Lupron instead of Centrotide in most cases. Some people don't respond so well to Lupron trigger. HCGs may be good to add a little bit. We used to use a lot of Lupron suppression, flare cycles, long cycles. We do a lot of Centrotide now, and it works very nicely, by the way. And I've recently been looking at Depo-Lupron plus Letrozole 5 milligrams for 30 to 60 days to enhance implantation, which may be related to endometriosis. But for those who for whatever reason, don't have a laparoscopy, maybe we're trying, I recommend Oralisa 150 for 30 to 60 days with the Letrozole 5 milligrams. Intralipids for first transfer, Gen Cat Reb. I offer it to everyone. You know, it's one of those weird things that, why don't we just throw everything at everyone? My opinion is the cause of infertility is inflammation. The best way to treat it, intralipids, keto, prayers, meditation, visualization, and a positive attitude. And don't forget the vision boarding in the back, by the way. Right. Let's see here. Chandra Drumright, how you doing? If my donor is being deployed soon, can he come to leave a sample before? Yes, let's call to get him in. We'll get him in quickly. We can do that for sure, by the way. And we're looking for those who have extra embryos or sperm, they want to donate it. We take donations, eggs, embryos, sperm, and if you want to carry a baby for someone, you have a uterus and you just want to give in life, the more we do that, the more we make this village affordable. That's what we need to be looking at, by the way. 4.8 on cycle, just as Jesse Volker, day 24. What does this mean? Should it be thicker? I do have PCOS going so far. Well, a lot of people with long cycles that aren't ovulating have thinner linings because they have lower estrogen. There are some PCOS that have thicker linings. So a little bit is to check the levels, and maybe this is why we change it up. We may add a little bit of letrozole to help with the lining. We may add some gonadotropins to help with the lining. We may add Viagra vaginal, intrauterine Neupogen to help with the lining. So we really do have a lot of things that can help in the whole process, by the way. All right. Everyone's good, I know, right? I've got to slow it down a little bit. Calm it down. 44, should I try Clomid letrozole again before doing IVF in December? Maida. It's always reasonable. I never know when success is going to happen, but I can tell you I had a 44-year-old do my keto after no eggs IVF. Bingo, a baby. So, key. Any success with mosaic embryos? Absolutely. I just got probably the 10th text message. Thanks, Dr. Kiltz. I have a normal baby from a mosaic embryo. And I got to tell you, PGS testing isn't as exact as we think it is. And my bet is they would have thrown me out had they tested me before I got into my mom's, uterus in that beautiful womb. And all right, what is the benefit of injection of blood rather than oral blood? What is the benefit of injection of blood rather than oral blood thinners during IVF egg retrieval? Antiphospholipid center, blood thinners, oral blood thinners. Okay, if I just read it right. We typically don't use oral blood thinners other than aspirin. We're going to use Lovenox, mostly 30 to 40 milligrams once or twice a day. And we think those are much more effective. And most of the oral anti-clotting drugs are toxic to a pregnancy, by the way. I have to continuously cool my body down. All right. Hello, Julie DeRochia. A pleasure, by the way. And I send out my gratitude. And sometimes I may sound a little rude or insensitive. It's my high energy, dramatic nature. And please forgive me if at any time I sound like I may be insulting. Never my intention. I only have the utmost praise and honor to everyone that's joining us and sharing in this world as we all should be practicing. What do you do about PaiWong? Okay, that's another one of those possible inflammatory markers. In my opinion, it's really, there's so many tests that I don't think we know what they really mean. But this is where the global blanket approach really, I think, is helpful. So many times in medicine, we think we're looking for the answer before we're able to decide on a treatment. I'd say the first thing you want to do is think of some reasonable treatments even before you have the answer. Why? Because I don't know most of the whys in the first place anyway, by the way. Stephanie, how you doing? Pleasure. Over a year since testing. What tests will be required before retrieval? A lot of the tests they're not required. We often recommend a sperm count, an HSG, metabolic, CBC, genetic testing, chromosomes, but they're not required. They're often kind of like, hey, Dr. Kiltz, I did all this treatment and no one ever looked at this, and why didn't we look at this? Because we should have done this. I don't have a straightforward answer for you, but there aren't that many required, by the way. And for guys, both look at chromosomes. We might be missing a chromosome abnormality. So I think it's really, really good to look at it. It is Chelsea, Nicole, how you doing? And my talk was on It Takes a Village up in Canada, by the way, and it takes a village for all of us. So it's not just the doctors, the nurses, the embryologists, the andrologists. front and back office, the administrators, but it really is the designers of all of this. It's all of us together, because look at what we're all doing, because we're all bringing thoughts and ideas and experiences that I got to tell you, I learned LDN, a lot of the immunologic stuff from you guys. AMH 5.2, age 25. It's good, Amy. It's not bad at all. Let's see. Oh, Cliff LeBranch. Really gratitude for inviting me up to the talk up in Ottawa. And a shout out for the team in Toronto. Really grateful to everything that he did to bring that great meeting together. All right. So that AMH is good, by the way. Rachel, started stimming last Wednesday. When will I be able to head up for retrieval? So typically 10 days of stims trigger retrieval 2 days later. Do the math and look at the dates and things, and that'll give you the sense of when your retrieval is going to be, by the way. Don't forget to journal your feelings, your emotions, your story. Prayer meditation is powerful every single day for all of us, by the way. And tap in to reading something positive, uplifting every day, listening to something positive and uplifting every day, and look at my website, Mind, Body, Smile. I don't plug into it as much as I used to, but there's still some really great stuff. I'm still working to share stuff that I think is powerful. The Alchemist, if you haven't listened to it, by Jeremy Irons. No, Jeremy Irons reads it. It's by Paulo Coelho, so you really, I think will love it, by the way. Let's see. Low dose naltrexone. Phil Boyle in Ireland. There's an LDN book. It's really amazing. I think it's one of those things that if you have inflammatory problems, try it. And if you get pregnant on it, stay on it. Along with Ovasitol, Ovavite, and Metformin. And don't forget, Keto is for life for all of us, by the way. It's the most amazing thing to see how so many people really get the benefits, by the way. Cheryl, add vodka. I know. Listen, I, from time to time, love a martini, extra dirty, filthy blue cheese stuffed olives, Tito's, but I've really been working to stay off because I really feel best when I'm not drinking any alcohol, by the way. Remember, alcohol causes cancer, stroke, infertility, and the majority of alcohol that causes that comes from the fermentation of carbohydrates in our bowels. Hey, Christina Goico. Let's see. MenAppear and gonal shots is better for abdominal or SubQ injections. Let's see. You can do both SubQ. You could actually do IM for those. Some people say they might be a little bit better, but I don't think so. I think the subcutaneous does really well by that. Ovasitol I think Ovasitol is a good one for men and women, whether you're pregnant or, even through pregnancy. It helps keeps it's a supplement. It helps keeps glucose and insulin levels down. And look at Theralogics, really some great stuff, by the way. Neupogen for someone with already a thick lining. If the lining is good, the intrauterine Neupogen may help with implantation. So that's one reason we've used that. And the same goes with PRP. Even if the lining seems to be good thickness, the PRP, HCG, and Neupogen washes may help with implantation. Hey, Paige. Really a pleasure talk with you and your husband. Always great. Let's see. Is there a set date for Buffalo IVF clinic? Our CNY Fertility Buffalo office we're working on it. I don't have a set date. We're still working on Dr. Chang getting his license in the state of New York. It takes longer than you imagine. Everything looks good, but we're dealing with government work. It's okay. We're patient. We're going to get a lot of stuff coming, by the way. Let's see. Healing Arts video helpers see future posts. Thanks again for sharing the likes and the loves. Check out our CNY Healing Arts when you visit Syracuse, by the way. Massage, acupuncture, facials, light therapy, all sorts of really great stuff. Don, Clark, Mua, Michael, Jennifer, really a great team of acupuncturists in our Syracuse, but also great teams helping out in all of our locations. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Atlanta with Dr. V. Thank you. And Dr. Faruqi in Montreal. We're really working on getting that moving forward, by the way. Hey, Eric. How you doing? Let's see. Say hello to the Atlanta team for me, by the way. All right, let me see. Can you tell me why egg count would be so low? I'm told the norm is 4. My egg count is 4. Mine is 0.23, and I'm 31 years old. AMH. Inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of all of our problems, by the way. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but it's inflammation due to too much exercise, too much negative worry and thinking, too much heat in our bodies from fermentation of the food in our digestive tract, bacteria and yeast, too much sugar, plant antigens, and phytochemicals. Look at my magazine, the Kiltz's Keto Cure, and you can download it on drkiltz.com. That's my opinion. Now, the inflammation may have happened even before you were born, by the way, but it can happen at any time. Norlisha, HCG and gonal versus MenAppear and gonal. I think they're really pretty equivalent, by the way. You know, we don't have a real straightforward answer, unfortunately. Dr. Corley and I sometimes have a little different discussions on that, but from everything I can tell, I think they're really very, very, very similar, by the way. But we usually are using, if we're using gonal or follistim at 300, we're going to add 20 of HCG. If it's gonal or follistim plus MenAppear, it's going to be 225 of gonal or follistim plus 75 of MenAppear. Shout out to Integrity and Metro. Grateful in all your local pharmacies for everything everyone's doing, by the way. And TC5979, a shout out. And again, a shout out to Dr. Mike Vero up in Toronto at Markham Fertility. And thank you for seeing our clients for LIT and really giving great service, by the way. And if you're looking for, you know, there are a lot of support groups out there. We're working on integrating our Preserve with Facebook and getting more and more people to offer to donate eggs from everywhere. At all, you know, we have to be more open to the acceptance of everyone in this because there are a lot of good egg donors that we're not even looking at because we think maybe some particular criteria is better than another. I don't know. I'm not quite on the same page. Let's see. Speak to your thoughts on male fertility and bicycling. I think that's, you know, let's see. Underdog Fertility has a little wedge cold pack to go under the scrotum. I think definitely there could be some damage and heat to the body. You know, remember, it might not just be to the scrotum, but because I used to be a big biker, a big exerciser, I've stopped over the last 8 years. I feel better. My body works better. My pains have gone away. I think that male fertility, because of our activity, exercise, our diets, alcohol, can adversely affect sperm. And I think cycling is one of those, even though, you know, it's a nice, easy pace. But you got to be really careful. And Miss Chris Ziegler recently, thankfully, she's on the mend, broke her neck on a bike ride. So we got to be real careful. What can you do to increase my lining? I'm on a medicated cycle, timed intercourse, and I'm not opening up. All right, that just is what it is. Same things, keto, LDN, CBD, slow it down, cool it down, stop heating your body up, get out of the hot tub. And acupuncture massage can be helpful, but this is where the same things, PRP intrauterine early in the cycle, Neupogen intrauterine early, Lovenox, the anti-inflammatories, and don't forget a course of antibiotics may be very, very helpful, by the way. All right, I'm losing my power over here, so I'm gonna plug myself back in, make sure we're good to go. All right. Everyone's doing well, by the way. And we got a shout out to our Instagram team. We need to bring them on board. And again, thank you to Facebook and everyone. And remember, our YouTube team, our Twitter team, just keep on sharing thoughts and ideas and support each other with love and kindness. Even when, we're all kind of getting a little crazed and angry and fearful and worrying, we gotta listen. We can learn from all of us and love, and don't forget journaling and reading something of positivity, which will shift us all up to another higher, better power, right? Protocol for protein S deficiency. That's going to be the same thing where it comes to the immunologic treatments. Thank you. All right. So it has a lot to do with you want to treat the immune system, reduce inflammation, and this is where aspirin, prednisone, Lovenox, or heparin could come in to really help. But I really think our biggest problem is our food is causing allergic reactions, and we got to change it up. And you got to look and look and look. And I'm telling you, I really think our food, too much and too frequently of variety and abundant carbohydrates is not so good for us, by the way. But as a vegan and vegetarian, cook them down, add the fat, coconut and hemp oil, and eat less frequently, by the way. All right, let's see. Mary and Annette, BL, 34, 35-year-old, stage 4 cancer survivor, never pregnant. Will immune protocol be needed? It's not. These immune protocols aren't needed. It's plenty good to go ahead and do your treatments without any immune treatment. But our basic is going to be a low-dose steroid, baby aspirin, antibiotic, and I recommend keto and LDN to everyone, by the way. But those are the minimums. But you can get more aggressive, IVIG, Humira, LIT, and this is where the Plaquenil, Prograf, Neupogen also come into play in all of this. Retrieval to transfer, should I plan to stay? So retrieval on Monday is day 0. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is a day 3 transfer. And a blast is usually going to be on day 5 on Saturday. Now, day 6 transfers really work nicely, and we do a lot of Monday transfers. If Sunday is day 5, we don't work on Sundays. We really try to rest, although for me, this is part of my rest and play in all of this. It was great to see. Again, your IVF nurse, really grateful. Connect back with me, by the way, because we really want to help and support so many out there that are supporting each and every one of you, by the way. And we all, listen, go to therapy, go to group therapy, go to individual therapy, talk to your friends or family, talk amongst yourself. The more we talk about it, we dump it off our shoulders, we feel better. When we feel better, we're more positive, optimistic, cortisol and epinephrine go down. Blood flow to all the reproductive organs goes up. It makes it all work better, by the way. How do you determine if a person needs 30 to 40 milligrams? Always been on 30 BID and never, so this is where, again, it's that next level. If the 30 once or twice isn't working, go to the 40 once or twice. Really look to the Plaquenil, the Neupogen, and look at the IVIG and or Humira, by the way. We do genetic testing through Cooper's for family balancing and choosing gender, by the way. How often would I recommend acupuncture prior to transfer? Also, will chiropractic help too? My good friend Steve Wexler, awesome chiropractor. We do support naturopaths, chiropractors, acupuncturists, massage therapists, Reiki masters, music therapy, positive approach to life therapy, journaling. But in general, once a week is great. My good friend Paul Magarelli and Diane Credenza, really great experts, have really talked a lot at the acupuncture meetings and the board certification group. I think it's really helpful. But basically, I would say once a week, we generally do the acupuncture the day of transfer, pre and post, but you can continue doing weekly. It's like a great massage, something to shift the electromolecular metabolic environment in our bodies. That's really what this is all about. Shift it up, by the way. Everyone's doing well, I hope. And I'm imagining and wondering if something's wrong with my Instagram, because I had troubles each and every time, and I don't know what the heck's going on. But I hope you guys are doing well on Facebook. Let's see. Jada, we look forward to talking with Ravi, good friend, really grateful. We'll work with your REs in Texas all day long. They're really great. And listen, those docs out there that are doing fertility are really awesome. They have really great ideas. We need to be all working together to listen and learn and share love and positivity. That's how this village and family learns and grows most from everything. And we don't want to hold judgment against anyone. We need to think it very different. ERA testing. Yes, I support it. I can be very helpful. Hey, Kathy T from Montreal. We just saw a couple from Halifax. We see couples from Vancouver, from Calgary, all over Canada. Really, the travels to upstate New York are easy. You could even travel into Toronto, Ottawa, or Montreal and travel right down into Syracuse or Albany. Shout out to Dr. Ditkoff, Dr. Grossman, and Dr. Corley, Dr. Lutheringer, and a really great team all the way around. I know I'm always missing someone. Please forgive me. I'm going to do my best. We just had a great time at the Krause event supporting the neonatal unit and all the other services at the Krause Hospital where we primarily practice and do our surgeries and inpatients here in Syracuse. Dr. Jim Condrup down in Venice does a lot of endometriosis surgery. I really believe endometriosis, we really need to look at it carefully. I think it's a big cause of issues, and we can't ignore it, by the way. Let's see, North Carolina, well, Atlanta, but if you talk to your OBGYN, talk to our team, and we'll help you out tremendously, by the way. And thank you for your shout outs and love and likes for my team. This can be a very challenging process for everyone. You know, no matter what, it's hard for us too, because we feel your failures, your frustrations, and the more you share, we want to learn and do better, by the way. And I really enjoyed wearing my bow tie, and connect with me on Facebook, by the way. We're here to all connect and share lots of love and positivity. Don't forget to connect with Maria Emmerich. Has a lot of great recipes out there regarding keto. So remember, this is a game of persistence and positivity and patience. Let's see. Alyssa, can you reverse DOR, low AMH? Yes, keto, acupuncture, massage, visualization, and you gotta cool the body down. I've seen AMHs go up, FSHs go down by simply keto. And remember, keto is anti-inflammatory. There's lots of ketos. Emmerich and Kiltz's ketos, I think, are a home run. Look at them, test them out, and try them out. But remember, look at Terry Wales' book on the Wales protocol. I learned so much from her, so much from so many sharing ideas on how food is likely causing all of our defects, allergies, and it's amazingly crazy, by the way. Cheryl Del Chase, how you doing? Again, forgive me for mispronouncing any names. Linda, a pleasure. Haley, transferring 2 embryos. From time to time, we will allow 2, but rarely, we mostly transfer 1. That's the natural part to this story. And we have to be careful because we're being watched, and we want to minimize the side effects and complications from twins anyway. So, but from time to time, we'll discuss it and we'll help make the decision individually, by the way. My awesome, amazing team joined me at the Krause event, and a shout out to the entire team, by the way. Let's see. I don't even want to try it because I'm going to miss some, but Ashley, Alexis, Melissa, Dr. Steve was there. Let's see. I'm going to get it. I'll get it. Just give me a minute. All is good, by the way. And let's see. Allison. Give me a break. My brain from being fried for the day. Gratitude attitude, by the way. And good night, Chelsea. It was really a pleasure meeting you guys. And please connect so we can learn together and work in this whole journey of family building, by the by. All right, hang on one second. Don't leave me, guys. I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to give that last shout out for the team. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Bridget, Larissa, Alex, amazing, and Morgan. So again, thank you to my entire team. Let's see, am I still up on my live? Yes. And so let's see, 3 more minutes. Let's see if there's another question or two. Let's see. And Tiffany from South Dakota, Toman Tiffany, thank you. Many factors, age, history, diagnosis. These factors, listen, there's so many things going on in our body. We like to make them complicated, but it's probably much more simple. The fact that we're even alive is pretty amazing, by the way. Miscarriage, Dorothea, Dortrinus, let's see here. Miscarriage with donor egg, my husband and I looking forward. We look forward to talking with you guys. December is coming fast, way too fast. But listen, we got to enjoy it. We got to tap into positivity. Remember, begin the day, end the day on a positive note. In the middle of the day, practice the positive note. Practice listening, connecting, smiling, loving. And check out my Mind, Body, Smile stuff. I've got a whole team that's helping me. We got a new keto book coming out pretty soon. So again, a pleasure. Danielle Milken from Ohio. We look forward to it. And listen, if you have family members and friends that are suffering, tell them to latch on, look on, get our website, and look at some information. We have so many people that just change their diet, change their attitude, do some acupuncture, massage, prayer, and bingo, it happens, by the way. What are the chances when there is no explanation on conceiving? Remember, Ashley Nicole, the explanation is an inflammation, and there's an excellent chance of conceiving naturally. This is why laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, keto, LDN, CBD, and lower the inflammation by getting off the treadmill, right? And Matasha, we look forward to seeing October. 3 days, can't wait to talk. And I know sometimes it seems like it's fast. We have a great team which will talk, connect, and help and share. Everyone's out there. You guys are part of the team. So share it with your friends and family. Remember, Dr. Google is awesome and has so many things to offer for all of us that we can do better, by the way. Pairing surrogates. Hey, we're open to pairing surrogates. By the way, you can do surrogacy in New York, It's not legal according to the contracts, but that's coming, by the way. So remember, call your representatives in New York and say, we all need this. Really important, by the way. All right. God bless to everyone. Looks like my Instagram offline. We're going to fix that next week. I don't know. It's always something, but we got to just go with the flow. Can I switch from Gonal to Follistim? Yes, you can. All right. See Kristen. See you Tuesday. And please, if you just want to stop by and come visit, see our place at any of our places, everyone is welcome. All right. God bless. Love to all. And let's visualize pregnancy. And Trevor, keto for everyone at every age is critical. God bless. See you guys next week.